About the Erica Synths DIY system, Polivoks inspired system oscillator, the VCO. Of course, the core of your audio production here. And it's very cool. Again, we want to thank Erica Synths for putting out such a cool system in DIY form. Of course, you can get kits, PCB panels, and completed products from us here at Synthrotech and other places on the web. Let's get right into this oscillator. Now, the Exponential Converter is using the same match pair of transistors that would be used in the original Polivoks, of course, a very famous Russian synthesizer, and it's going to maintain a lot of those same characteristics because of that. What we have here is, let's just go through the features here. We've got a tune knob. This thing moves 4 octaves. All the way from counterclockwise to clockwise, you got 4 octaves in there. And you have 5 different octave position switches right here, so you can quickly move an octave, which is rad. You got 8 octaves on this thing. Pulse width, manual control. Keep it in the middle there if you actually want to do pulse width, if you want your bipolar modulation signal to come in here and adjust it, I think, timbrically, so it sounds cool. You've got an FM input here, and FM input here, and the FM level, which of course is going to get more gnarly if you turn that up. You've got hard sync, which of course can aid to some really cool timbres. We're going to hear that here in a second. You've got a pulse width modulation input, of course, that affects your pulse or square wave output, not your saw or your triangle. So let's hear how things sound. We're going to turn this up and just kind of go through the features here. Got 4 octaves there. Now you can see this. This one isn't quite as tuned as perfectly as it could be. Pretty easy to tune here. We also have the Sawtooth. Triangle wave. Smoother yet. Okay, if we take our modulation out of the modulator here, I'm going to grab a triangle wave. Let's put it in the FM input. You can hear this a little bit. Of course, you can do some interesting things there. If you take in a faster oscillator here, let's grab a Sawtooth from the MST VCO. You can start doing some more interesting kind of FM stuff if you want to do that kind of a thing. Let's check out the pulse width output. Again, let's take the triangle out of the Erica Synths modulator, plug that into the PWM input, slow down, and of course, you fatten your signal up quite a bit. Of course, works really, really great. Of course, you need that for that sweet, dark 80s sound. Let's now take I'm going to unplug this for a second. We're going to take a Sawtooth out of the MST VCO, put it into the hard sync here. Okay, and then we've got the same 1 volt per octave coming into the MST VCO as well as the Erica Synths VCO, and I'm like I said, I'm taking a signal out of the MST VCO, plugging it into the hard sync, and we can kind of hear what it sounds like. When we adjust this other VCO you can't see, we can get a little bit of a pitch change, but then this is going to give us a timbric change. When we have the pulse out, wow. We get some really cool sounds. When you use that with the modulator on the pulse width and the pulse out, you get extra fatness. Gotta find the sweet spots. Let's hear with the other waveforms. As we adjust the tune knob here, it changes the timbre, but not really the pitch so much. Let's hear the triangle out. Almost some formant light stuff happening. And of course, if we... Those are neat sounds. Cool way of getting some extra timbric beauties is by using that. Let's get the FM in here. So of course, you get a lot packed into this kind of a deal here when you're using this old school analog synthesizer. Of course, 1 volt per octave input here, which is of course tunable. Use your Arteria KeyStep Pro. Use a MIDI to CV converter and plug that in, and you got a pretty killer old school analog style Polivoks system. Enjoy.